Welcome to MJ Hobby Corner. This is your bi-weekly chat, and this is a chat for all you new subscribers. This is where I update the studio. I show finished projects that maybe I started a week ago or a couple of weeks. And basically, it's a very informal chat to kind of just relax, talk about games, talk about miniatures.
Talk about what's going on here in the studio.
Talk about what's going on and what's coming, right? So it's basically an informative video.
Hopefully it's informative.
Hopefully it's informative, yeah. All right, well, we have a lot of stuff to show you guys this weekend. So
We sure do.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome new subscribers.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Thank you so much for subscribing. We're almost at 200.
Woo!
Guys, we're at 199. So one more.
Yay!
Click the subscribe button.
Will you be the one?
Will you be the one? Thank you so much for watching. And,
thank you. Thank you guys for supporting
the channel.
the channel.
Yeah.
And that does mean a lot to us, you know, so thank you very much.
Definitely.
So let's start on what's going on, what we have for this week.
First up, Oathmark. Right?
Oathmark. What a game that was.
Oh my goodness, that was so amazing.
Wasn't that a game?
It was so fun, guys.
Yeah.
So fun. If you didn't see it, check it out because it was really fun.
It was a lot of fun, and we played the River Rocks scenario. That is scenario number 1 for the Great Falls Expedition, and you can find that in the Battle Sworn expansion. That's a mouthful. But basically, that was our version of that scenario. Now, keep in mind, guys, we did change the fact that for that scenario, if we rolled a 1 on our activation, or right, that was basically something bad happened, right? The boulders come loose in the river, and you take 1 damage if your unit is in the river.
And it happened.
And it happened a couple of times, yeah, for me. Of course, for me.
Of course, for you.
But that's an interesting, it is a very interesting scenario, and I do recommend that scenario.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it really was a lot of fun.
It's the kind of scenario where you're not only looking out for your opponent, you're looking out for the environment.
Right.
Because the environment could cause casualties on your units, you know.
Yeah, but it was really fun. I like the scenario. It's funny because I didn't know in the beginning. I was kind of not hesitant, but I was a little iffy on whether I liked that one because it was different than anything we'd done before, right? But it was really fun. Yeah, it really was. I was wrong.
Try it out, guys. Definitely try it out. And of course, we do get a few things wrong here and there. I know that. We did correct a couple of things.
We always get a few things wrong. I mean, we're human. Sorry.
Well, we're old.
We're all human.
We're old. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, we're old. That too.
All right, guys. So that was our Oathmark review, your overview, and check that out if you haven't seen it. We had a lot of fun with that game. We're gonna continue the Great Waterfalls in our next Oathmark game. That's we play Oathmark once every 2 weeks. Okay, so that we're gonna do the second scenario in the Great Waterfalls, and I'll come up with a table for it. So
okay, fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Next, 5 parsecs.
5 parsecs from home. Well, I try to have a 5 parsecs from home game every other week. So, this week we're up for another 5 parsecs game, and I'm hoping to get it done this week. So you guys can expect that.
I hope I can attend this one. I hope that I can.
Yeah.
Last time I was, I don't know what it was. But
Yeah,
but
you were busy. Yeah.
But hopefully this week I can.
Yeah, that would be cool. And then have you in the background, and then play 5 parsecs. That would finish the training expansion, and then I can move on to whatever else happens, right? I may play Salvage Crew as the next expansion to 5 parsecs. So if you are a 5 parsecs fan, and I really do recommend that game, stay with us that is coming. I do it once every 2 weeks. I'm trying to balance out how the different games are going to be scheduled. That's one thing we've been talking about.
Yeah, we have to. We're kind of redoing and modifying and trying to improve the channel.
Right.
So yeah,
we're just
we're
testing ground.
Right. It's a work in progress, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my update on 5 Parsecs.
Okay. What about Deep Wars? When are we doing that?
Deep Wars! As you guys know, you guys that have been with the channel for a while, I've been working on Deep Wars stuff for quite a while now. I think it's been almost 2 months.
At least.
Right?
At the very least.
The sculpting projects, the terrain projects, all this stuff for Deep Wars. Well, we got to play the game eventually. We are thinking about doing next weekend, our next spotlight game, right, is going to be Deep Wars. So we are hoping to have our first Deep Wars game, and I have some sculptures to show you today for that game. And hopefully we can play it and start playing and start kind of analyzing it a little bit, right?
Really cool sculptures too.
We have a lot of sculptures.
Cool sculptures.
So, when we play Deep Wars, it's going to be a combination of the stuff that I made, the sculptures that I made, and some of the original Deep Wars models that I have. Okay, so
and the terrain.
And the terrain,
that you made.
Definitely. So maybe next week, by next weekend, we can start our first Deep Wars kind of training game and immerse us into that world to bring something different to the channel.
That sounds really dope. Very good. Rangers of Shadow Deep. What's going on with
Rangers of Shadow Deep? I'm not going to say when it's coming. I'm not going to say when. It's just going to pop up on the channel. I do have fun. Yeah, I do have a crew for Rangers of Shadow Deep. I just rolled it up, and I'm going to introduce them in that very first game of Rangers. Okay? We'll probably be playing one of the missions in the core rulebook for training, and Julie may be in the background, who knows. I'm going to be playing Rangers of Shadow Deep solo. Of course, you can play it solo. You can play it cooperatively.
And we will do that sometime, because I do want to do that. The first time, no, but I mean, I do want to do that. Yeah.
Cooperatively. That would be very interesting.
It would be the first time we did that.
Yes.
It would be weird not to be against you.
Well, then she won't beat me all the time.
I was just going to say, then you'll win. I'm sorry.
Very good. Oh, ouch. Ouch.
Right? Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, anybody that's been a subscriber and has been following our videos for a long time, you will know that Julie is the victor. And
Most
I know
every time. You have won. In the beginning,
yes,
you won
in the
a couple
beginning,
of times.
I won a few times.
Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's going to be
and
big.
One of our subscribers says, maybe next time. Maybe next time, you know. And, so that's kind of an inside joke
It
between
will happen
us.
eventually, though. And when it does, it's going to be huge. Streamers can
She is so modest, isn't she?
I am. You know.
It's coming.
Beware, it's coming, and it could be any time.
It could be any time. I'm not going to give a day.
Pop up.
Right, it'll just pop up. All right, next. So that was my update on new game.
Stargrave.
Stargrave. Joseph McCullough has released the author of the game Stargrave, which is coming in April, right around the corner. He has released an 18-page document that you can find on the Osprey resources section of the website in Osprey Games. You can download it for free, and it gives you a glimpse of how to create your warbands in Stargrave. I thought this was a great idea. Many thanks to Joseph McCullough. So I will be creating a video tomorrow, Monday, hopefully maybe with Julie, if she can join me, on this document, how to create your characters in Stargrave. So look for that tomorrow. It'll be up in my channel at some point. It's very interesting. He goes through, it's 18 pages. He goes through just to get our feet wet, right? he tells us how to create a captain. You know, you can kind of look at very basically how to create the captain, the first mate of your crew, and then some of the extras, the soldiers, the robots, and this and that. So we're going to look at that tomorrow. And I'm very interested in stargrave. I'm very interested
So am I.
in it. Yeah.
I really am. Yeah.
So we can have some stargrave games on the channel and explore that game
More fun.
as well.
More fun.
Yeah. So look for that tomorrow. I'm gonna Julie and I will make a little kind of document review now that we have full permission to do so for that. And guys, search for it on Osprey. On the Osprey website, go to the gaming resources section, and you can download it for free and check out what the game.
Free's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And it has cool artwork. We'll look at that, and that's just basically something the author has released for us to look at for now, to get our feet wet.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right? So check that out tomorrow. At some point, it will be up. Hopefully.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Foam models.
Foam model.
Woo!
All right, well,
We
foam
love
models.
those.
Yeah, this is the next update that I have for you guys. What am I doing with foam projects? And let's take a look at it now. These are World War I tanks. Let's take a look at that now. Okay, so this is the first tank that I want to show you guys. And here's a U.S. quarter to give you a sense of scale.
Yeah,
and
look at that.
I also have some 15 millimeter World War II guys.
Wow.
Okay, that gives you a sense of scale. And this is a French Renault World War I tank.
So
That's what it's based on.
And it's made out of foam. I mean,
It's all foam.
It's just incredible to me because it
Right.
looks like plastic.
This is wire, of course.
Actually, it's like metal.
And then these are corrugated cardboard.
Right, yeah.
And then the turret moves.
I know. It's amazing.
Here, if you can move the turret
I'll
for
move
me.
the turret. Hang on.
Because, yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Turret moves. Okay. And then it's a really cool little model. I would definitely use this in our war games.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Oh, my goodness. And this one.
So this is the French Renault.
Okay.
And we're going to go to the
Look
Mark
at that.
IV.
That is so awesome.
British Mark IV.
Now, just one question. This one's so much bigger. Is that just because in real life it was much, much bigger?
Actually, that's a good question. Scale is very important. The Renault French tank was actually a bit smaller even.
Okay.
This is actually a bit big.
Okay.
This tank was bigger.
Okay.
Yes, it is a larger
Okay.
vehicle. Now, I may devise ways of making this smaller, but I was thinking of using like this in a steam world, kind of a steam, steampunk world.
Right,
or
right. I remember you
something.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I don't know, alternate history or something.
Right. Please don't get my nails.
But this is the British World War I Mark IV, and that was a pretty cool model to build. Now, the next model that I have, this is a handmade French Saint Chamond.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm not French. I cannot pronounce it in French. But this is a World War I tank. And
That is so different than
It
anything
is very
else.
different. Yes, it's a very different vehicle
It
design.
doesn't even look like a tank, really. I mean,
Right.
only because of that part at the bottom, but other
Right.
than that,
And it
it's
had
like a ship.
Yeah, it was a very interesting design. It had
Yeah.
a howitzer gun in the front and then 4 machine guns, one in the rear here.
Right.
4 machine guns along the hull. So it was a very interesting design.
Yeah.
They were so different.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, very different. This one, I'm telling you, it's a ship on tracks.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
I do get what you mean. And we can use this in an alternate history like steampunk world.
Yeah, sure.
If we added a steam stack there, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's like a steam tank. It definitely looks like a very...
Yeah, it does.
You know.
It sure does.
So those are the 3 little tank models.
I love them.
Fully handmade, and I use a whole technique for making these.
You also did videos on that, right?
Not on the tanks.
Yet. No? Okay.
No,
okay.
This is the first time I'm showing the finished tanks.
Oh, all right.
So I do have other foam vehicles. Okay, and these are the other foam models that I have.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and these are the starships.
Mm-hmm. I love the blue ones. The blue ones are so
cool.
Actually, I like all of them because I like the pizza mobiles too.
They look like pizza mobiles.
Don't they? They really do.
Yeah. Well, this fleet is pretty much finished. I'm going to be working on this fleet. Those are some future starship projects, right?
Yep.
And these are all made from foam core. I have to do the flame in the back for the engines, but they're basically done.
Very cool.
Okay, and this is the new, one of the starships that I showed in the previous video. And I don't know if I'm going to make it into a faction yet. Okay.
It's different, very interesting.
It is a different concept, and there it is.
I like the moon.
Yep, the crescent,
very cool.
crescent shapes and all that.
It's different, yep.
So we'll see, and I have to paint the base and everything else.
Right,
but,
right.
That's one of the foam
very nice
ships, and of course you guys...
These, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you guys have seen these already.
These are incredible.
The jets, and I have the strike aircraft.
Those are my favorite.
You like the helicopters?
I love the helicopters, although it is a pretty close tie, because I mean, they're all like so cool for different reasons.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And these are the Hind helicopters that I made out of foam. Okay. And we're going to be using these in Horizon Wars.
Yay!
You know, and other games as well. Any game that allows, you know, that deals with vehicle. And we can use these. Favorite. You like this one?
Yeah, it's my personal favorite, yes.
We can use these in any kind of alternate history or whatever.
Yep.
These are very, I love...
I mean, they're all cool. I don't mean that, but yeah.
I love World War I vehicles. I mean, the design.
You do. You really do.
You know, it's just so interesting.
Cool, though. I mean, it really is interesting.
So that was the update on Foamcraft this week. You know, I know it's had a few views. A lot of people have commented on it.
I've noticed that too,
Yeah, so that's the update that I have. Those were the World War I vehicles that I didn't show, and I wanted to show them here.
Really cool
So
stuff.
we will have more coming for foam projects. I think that's something that's going to be
a constant
with us.
thing, right?
Yeah, with us for a while.
Yeah, I agree, because there's a lot of interest in it.
There's a lot of things that I can make with foam core. So
that's a good segue, because I wanted to show this sculpture that you made for Deep Wars, right? It is the coolest thing ever. I love it. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, really.
All right, well, let's show where I am with the Mosasaur sculpture that I showed. I started last week, this week actually, on Monday, and I finally finished the sculpture. It's going to be painted. So let's take a look at the Mosasaur. Okay, and this is an update on the Mosasaur sculpture, and this is where I am. I finally detached it from the spray paint bottle cap, and here is the Mosasaur.
It is terrific. I love it. So it's a, what is it? How do you pronounce that?
A Mosasaur. Yes.
Mosasaur. And then what's riding the Mosasaur?
It's a lizard man. In Deep Wars, there is a race of like dragon-like beings. They're reptilian beings,
right? And
they live in the deep. And so this was an old Mage Knight model that I had, and I literally cut off the little hands. So I re-sculpted the hands. Nice. And then cut off the little trident that it had and gave it a longer stick. Okay? So I had to re-sculpt the hands and then placed it on top of this Mosasaur.
I love it.
Okay?
Absolutely. I mean, who can't love a lizard on a Mosasaur?
I mean, really. Yeah, really. Come on. You gotta love lizards.
Come Come on, it's a lizard on a mosasaur. Come on. Yeah.
Now, I will be completing the base and painting this figure. And then you guys will see a 5-minute update. I usually do these 5-minute update videos and then just show you the completed sculpture once it's painted.
Right. Yeah.
And this is going to be for Deep Wars. Okay. So there it is. There is the model. And there's a few corals and things on the base. And if you haven't seen how I started this project, check out the Green Stuff playlist.
Absolutely.
You will see how I started this project. All right. There's the Mosasaur. And now that I have your attention here, here are a couple of sharks that I sculpted for Deep Wars.
So that's just the beginning.
That's the beginning. Yep. I have to finish painting them, and they will be used in our Deep Wars games as wild sharks.
They're so cool.
I love sharks. All right. And so these are the sculptures that I have to date for the game Deep Wars. We have the ichthyosaur, the big placoderm, a jellyfish, and a giant ammonite.
I love all of them, but that jellyfish is so cool.
Yeah, so these are all my sculptures to date for that game.
Okay, so we wanted to show some models that you've made. And it's for a variety of games. There's several different games. So let's just take a look at some of the stuff that you did.
Okay.
Start out for us.
Well, first and foremost, since I am thinking about Rangers of Shadow Deep, spiders are a big thing. And you know, in any fantasy games,
you love spiders anyway, really.
Yeah, I do love spiders. But if you're a DM, you know, it's always fun to throw giant spiders at your players. Literally.
Mean, seriously, how much fun would that be to throw just giant spiders?
Throw giant spiders around. So giant spiders are a big theme in wargaming and in role-playing and everything else. So I decided to make some spiders. Okay, so giant spiders. Here is a whole host of giant spiders. And I did this one just recently. This is one of my favorite ones.
It's one of my favorites, too.
Yeah, I'm going to be making more of those spiny spiders.
I love that, with the red and the white. I love it.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch, and these are
and they're all cool. They're all cool.
Yeah.
This one is another favorite. I like that. But I also love the orange.
Right.
So, and then this one is cool because it's brown and it's kind of fluffy looking. I don't know.
It's like a wolf spider, you know?
Yeah, those are very scary, actually, in real life. But this one's cool, too. So, I mean, they're all cool. What do I know?
So, basically, I took these spider rings from the dollar store, snip off the ring, okay? And then with green stuff, I re-sculpt the head area and the abdomen. And I make something like this.
It's so cool looking. It really is cool looking.
Really cheap way.
Really cheap way.
To make a spider. You know?
And they're cool looking spiders, too.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be great in Rangers of Shadow Deep.
Right.
Because Rangers of Shadow Deep has a whole thing dedicated to giant spiders, a whole scenario. And here's the one based on a garden spider. Okay. So I re-sculpt all the jaws and everything.
What is this one based on? This one looks different.
That was based also on a kind of wolf spider.
Okay. It's a little smaller. I don't know. It looks different. It looks more like a bee than a spider in the middle. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's cool. They're all so cool and different.
Yeah. So there you go.
And then we have these, right?
Yes, my wasps, because of course you need wasps in some of the games. Ghost Archipelago has giant wasps.
Those are so awesome and scary and awful. Awesome.
And I made these myself. These are all handmade. And I'm going to be making more of these.
So cool. I mean, the way you make them, the way, I know it's normal that that's what you guys do when you make stuff, that it's you know, you make a plastic so you can see, you know what I mean. So it looks like they're flying, but it really does look like they're flying.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. These are flight stands cut out of plastic.
I know it's not a big deal, but it just looks so cool to me.
Yeah. So basically that's it, and I will be making more of these because bugs and spiders are a big theme.
Of course they
are. In wargaming as they are in role-playing.
Absolutely.
So.
Then we have these, right? And there's a couple of my favorites in there. I see them.
Okay, well, these are my Undead. Yes. This is my Undead collection, and these are all handmade. Here are the, like, Lizardman skeletons, but these are the ones I wanted to show you guys. These are little jackals that I made a long time ago, and I just found these not too long ago. And
it's really cool.
I've been finding a lot of stuff, you know.
Cool. That's awesome.
And so these are little jackals. And originally, these undead jackals went together with my Anubis.
That's one of my favorites right there. I love Anubis. Love him, love him, love him.
Okay.
So cool.
And so I sculpted that Anubis, and I sculpted all these little jackals to go with him.
I want to steal him and just, like, have him on my counter or my dresser or something. I like him.
These will be great to use now in as proxies in any game.
Absolutely.
Think about a hunt master, like Oathmark's hunt master, but instead of having like dogs, you would have an undead skeleton or whatever, and then his hound pack of undead hounds, you know?
Now, what about these? What's this about here?
Now, this is the Skeletal Wolver. Most people have seen these already that have been on the channel. And this is my Skeletal Turtle.
I loved him. Love him.
Yeah.
I'd like him not to be skeletal, but I love him anyway. And you're going to make me one, right?
Yeah, I will. Okay. In the flesh.
Yes.
And so those are all my sort of undead sculptures that I've made.
Awesome
for
stuff.
Gaming.
Very cool.
So that was my little collection of handmade spiders and undead and things that you will see in our games in the future.
Cool stuff.
and it will depend on the game.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah,
but they are little proxy figures to add a little flavor.
Great stuff.
Well, I've been painting models for a variety of games, and that's priority now. I've tried to dedicate a day or two to just painting. And so that'll give us new models for all the games that we're planning in the future.
Yeah, sure.
And one of the priorities is sci-fi models. Because we do have Stargrave coming, and we have, you know, 5 parsecs and everything else. So there's a lot of work to be done on the painting front. So, and basically, I'm hoping to finish those elves that I'm painting from Mantic Games. Hope to finish them this week.
Great. Fantastic. So, okay. So that's it done with the painting update?
Yeah, if I have any little 5-minute updates, I may post a video on some of the painting stuff that I'm doing later in the week. Okay. You know, that may come up.
All right, cool. So then, in conclusion, what's coming up this week? Let's
this week,
what's coming up
the big thing this week is, of course, getting ready for Deep Wars in the weekend. But I do want to have a 5 parsecs game, and maybe, possibly a 3rd game, and we're gonna keep that under the wraps until we decide what kind of game it's gonna be.
That's a lot of fun. We did Dark Age last time, right?
Yeah, we did Dark Age last time. It could be Wrath of Kings, or it could be.
Who knows? But it's fun.
Yeah, it could be Horizon Wars, and we add my new models, you know, that I made. Yeah.
All right. So. Well, there's still a lot of fun games to choose from.
Tons of games.
Yeah, a lot of fun games. As far as Deep Wars, you were talking about, you do have some terrain that you wanted to show, right?
Yes. I love using these carton things, right? These are the things that come in like small appliances and things like that.
Kind of like egg cartons.
Yeah. They're excellent for making terrain. And I made this Deep Wars stuff, but one of the things that's cool is I have my clip-on terrain.
Those are my favorite.
Right? And
Those
I have
so cool.
an underwater one here.
Look at that.
And then what I will be doing
God,
is
that is
just
so awesome.
clipping the terrain
Right.
to the
So awesome.
wall.
Yeah.
And this way it'll represent, you know, a wall that is underwater.
Right. Yeah, I know. But
So I'm
look
gonna
at
add
look.
another
I
one.
mean, look at that. Look at the little. What is it? What is that right
A
there?
sea urchin.
Okay, and then you have the little fish that really look like they're swimming.
Uh-huh.
So cool.
And the cool thing is that if I want to, I can add, say it's a ruined complex in a rainforest setting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can add my jungle clippies.
Ooh.
You know?
And there you have it.
And there you have it. And the idea behind the clippies is that I don't have to specialize my terrain for any environment. I can take these off, and then this could be in a snow environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I want it as a jungle or alien environment, I could add my clippies to kind of represent different environments, and it's all modular.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. I really like the clippies. The clip-on terrain is gonna add a lot of cool.
I love them. They are they're the best. Absolutely. Very cool.
All right.
Now what about the foam models? You're going to be working on those this week as well?
There may be a foam project. I am thinking about a large transport for a foam. I'm going to be building it out of foam.
Out of foam?
Yeah.
A large transport?
Yeah, a large transport that would transport, say, mechs.
Oh my goodness.
Or something like that.
That would be so cool. I
the
can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Very awesome.
Either that or a bomber, some kind of large vehicle. So
That's
you can
terrific.
expect something in foam this week. But we'll see how there won't be any sculpture, as I am going to be painting the sculpture from last week. I'm going to finish that up. But there will be a foam project.
Okay. And I just thought of one other thing that you forgot that we have to try to fit in if we can. My terrain project.
Yes, Julie does have a terrain project. So
yes.
we have to come up with a terrain project.
Well, I already know what I want. I
Okay.
already told you what I want, so I know what I want, but it's just a matter of taking the time, the two of us, out of other things that we have to do. That's the problem, but I really, really want to do it.
All right, well, we're going to work on that as well. And Julie's going to be making her first terrain project. That's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm. It'll be exciting, at least for me. I
mean,
it might not be very exciting to them, but it'll be exciting to me. Anyway, so
that's what we have going on in the studio as
Yeah,
well. All your
that's
updates. I hope you enjoyed that and you find that interesting. And stay with us because there's a lot of things that I'm planning in terms of gaming.
Yes, lots of ideas, lots of fun for you. We're trying to improve the channel and make it better and just give better videos to our viewers. You know, we're all about having fun.
Having fun.
That's
it.
Yes.
And think about a game, maybe using Dragon Rampant or one of these rules like Mayhem that I will be introducing very soon. Using those rules and playing a game in the Underdark, in the underworld of, say, using dark elves and dwarves.
Yeah.
And,
that would be fun.
But in caverns, that would be a very interesting war game.
Yes, it will. It will be. Yeah. Yeah. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up.
A lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. And if you like us and you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, please. And come on the ride with us.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that this has been informative. We'll see you guys soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.